I'm so proud to be standing here today, proud to be a member of a loving same-sex couple who was legally married in Australia. Marriage equality, voting for marriage equality is well overdue. The time has long past come. We need to achieve a vote on marriage equality, to achieve equality, to stop discrimination against lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender and intersex people. My marriage to Penny is so central to my life. I can't imagine life without her. And I am so proud of being a legally married same-sex couple in Australia. But we became that in 2003, 13 years ago, when Penny transitioned to Penny and became female. And suddenly our life changed. Suddenly we went from being a normal heterosexual couple to a same-sex couple. And then in 2004, the change to the Marriage Act introduced by John Howard meant that our marriage was no longer a legal marriage in Australia. That is, if Penny's recognition as a female was changed from her birth certificate. We were placed in a position in 2004 with the change to the Marriage Act that if we wanted to stay married, that Penny would have to not change her gender on her birth certificate. So we entered this netherworld of discrimination. Penny absolutely wanted to change her gender on her birth certificate, but absolutely we didn't want to get divorced. So we have chosen to stay married, and there, as I said, in this netherworld, which has been there for far too long. We need to be acting on this. We have been debating marriage equality in this place and in the other place for far too long. Since 2004, when the Marriage Act was changed, the debate has continued. I mean, Penny and I have been lucky. We've been very lucky. Everybody should have the opportunity to marry the person that they love. But right now, same-sex couples in Australia don't have that opportunity. I spent some time on the weekend at the Chill Out Festival in Daylesford, surrounded by friends, surrounded by lots of people celebrating their life as LGBTIQ people. There was my friend Sean, who is engaged to his partner, who would dearly, dearly like to be married. He can't be married. There was the person I travelled in the car with, Rachel. Similarly, she is in a same-sex relationship with her partner. I don't know whether Rachel wants to get married, but she wants to have that choice. There were the two women that I danced with, dressed as brides, and they said it was lovely to be there in this celebration at Chill Out, to be able to be celebrating. They said it was almost like a wedding, almost like it. But, you know, the sadness that they are not able to get married. We have fallen behind the rest of the world. 21 other countries now have marriage equality. Australia is the only developed English-speaking country where loving couples are discriminated against simply because of their gender. So not only has the time for marriage equality come in Australia, it is so long overdue. And for the couples who are being denied the right to marry, it breaks my heart. So now is the time. It falls to us. We have the opportunity to change that. We have the opportunity to change the law. We have the opportunity to vote and change the law today. It was in 2004, after the change to the Marriage Act, that the first bill to legalise equal marriage was introduced into the Parliament, and it was introduced by the Greens' first member of the House of Representatives, Michael Organ. In 2007, former Senator Kerry Nettle introduced a bill. In 2008, the Democrats, Senator Andrew Bartlett, introduced a bill, and Sarah Hanson-Young's bill, the bill that we're debating today, was introduced in 2009. This is going to continue until we vote to legalise same-sex marriage, because this is the last state-sanctioned discrimination against same-sex attracted and transgendered people, and it's the most important state-sanctioned discrimination that still exists. So now, in 2016, after 17 bills in the parliament, 17 since 2004, after countless hours of debate, we can take a crucial step on the path to equal love right now. So we are now debating Sarah Hanson-Young's bill, but we've had enough talk. Let's bring on the vote. It is long past time. If we ring the bells now, we can be hearing wedding bells in no time. We don't need extra time for debate. I mean, the Labor Party was confident that the numbers were there earlier this week, so let's get this long overdue reform through the Senate and get it through today. We need a vote this morning. I mean, Labor, it seems, want a vote to keep on talking. We want a vote to change the law. If Labor's position on same-sex marriage was motivated by a genuine desire to win the vote, not to sabotage Senate voting reform, then there's no reason as to why we can't just vote on the bill this morning without delay. We're ready to vote. We're ready to vote yes, but we're not going to be bullied on unrelated pieces of legislation. We've got time this morning to vote, and we can do it. So I am calling on Labor. Labor are saying that they are committed to equal marriage. Labor are saying they want to have a vote on equal marriage, so I am calling on Labor to allow it. Labor, we can do it this morning. There are people's lives that are dependent on this. There's Penny's in my life, there are other people in this parliament lives, there are the people that I've talked about this morning. So I am calling on Labor to support this bill going to a vote this morning. And if Labor don't support this, maybe it's because they actually aren't confident of getting the outcome, and they're not confident in their numbers. So maybe this is actually, if Labor don't support bringing on a vote this morning, that's just a cynical exploitation of an issue that means so much to so many.
That's what you've done.
And if Labor doesn't allow a vote today, they are going to be responsible for missing an historic opportunity to vote on this issue. We are ready to bring on a vote today, and we can guarantee that with a vote today, every one of our MPs will vote unanimously for marriage equality, because we have done that. Every vote, every MP, every time. Every time there is an opportunity to vote on marriage equality, the Greens have done it. 17 bills in this parliament. We will continue to vote for marriage equality because it is so important for ending discrimination against lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender and intersex people. We want to see marriage equality. We need to see marriage equality. Now is the time. We can vote on this today, and I call on all people in this place today to be voting for marriage equality, to be voting for love, to be voting for those wedding bells to be ringing as soon as possible.
Thank you, Senator Rice.